Hey, how do you do, dudes? MC here. We're back at the gym. It's week number 2 in recovery, so we're just gonna hit it, try to beat last week's numbers, and see where we're at. Alright, I'll be right back. Just finished up my week at the gym. My legs feel like they're gonna fall off. Let's head home and go over what I did this week. Bye. Alright, we're back at home. It's the end of the week. Let's go over what I did in the gym. My pull push legs routine didn't change up too much, but I'll go day by day, tell you what I did. Let's start out with pull day. Starting out on pull day, I started with the wide grip lat pull down. I wanted to do assisted pull-ups, but the machine was broken, so I was unable to do that. Started out with a warm up, decided I'm going to start warming up before my exercises. That way I'm ready to just do the exercise and not possibly hurting myself by pushing too much weight without the warm up. Moving on from the wide grip lat pull down, I went into the seated leg curl. Once again, I treated this like the warm up for the deadlift I did afterwards. Seated leg curl, not much to say there. Moving on to the deadlifts, I felt strong, I felt good, my grip was good. I think I'm going to add a little bit more weight next week. I hit the 155 that I hit the week before, but I felt good. I'm real happy about that. After deadlifts, I went into overhead tricep pull, the overhead tricep pull. Super easy. I got up to 130 pounds pulling, which surprisingly didn't seem like a lot of weight. So I think when I do the triceps, I'm gonna continue just pushing that because I think I'm kind of strong in that area. After that, my notes say, "Are you happy now, Jeff Cavalier?" Meaning for the first time in my life, I did face pulls. Jeff Cavalier's favorite exercise. If you don't do face pulls, you're killing your gains, which I can't say that, but I can say I think it is a good exercise for my needs. Getting that scapular retraction, really learning how to move properly. So face pulls are now in my routine. Moving on from face pulls, I went into the machine bicep curl, same as the week before. I did try something different though. Instead of going across both arms on my final set, I tried doing just each arm individually with the 20 pounds. It seemed easier than going across both arms, which tells me that there's still some unequal strength. Isolateral on each arm, what it allowed is for me to rotate my body, which is what contributed to tearing my bicep. So I'm gonna not continue doing iso on my bicep curls. That was just a experiment I did, and seeing that was easier on each arm individually, that tells me that there's still some imbalance somewhere in there. So I need to keep working at it, keep strengthening that move. But moving on from that, I went into my row machine workout. It was good. No complaints there, just a solid 10 minutes on the row machine. 48 hours after my pull day workout, I was back in the gym for push day. I started that out with the machine bench press, warmed up. I think I didn't give myself enough time between sets because I was pushing 12 reps at 50% weight, so I was doing, it just says warm up, but I think I was doing about 80 pounds. And then wait a minute, do another 80, wait a minute, do another 80, and then jumped up from that to 120, which was a mistake. I did the 120. No, I jumped up to 135. That's where I went wrong. I jumped up to 135, did 6 reps, had to lower it down to 120, did 8 reps on each of those, but I think if I'm going to be doing that, I need to slow it down a little bit, give myself more rest time, not push myself so hard. Moving on from the machine bench press machine, I went into the tricep pushdown. I wanted to do assisted dips, but it's the same machine as the assisted pull-up. It was broken, so I did the tricep pushdown machine. I got up to 150 pounds on there, and it was easy. So that I think next week I'm gonna just hop in and try to do dips. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you know then. After the tricep pushdown machine, I did the isolateral incline press machine. So it went pretty good. I was stronger, not much. I did the same 70 pounds that I did the week before. This arm gave out before my right arm, but I was able to get in a couple more reps overall and just strengthen it just a little bit more. So I am making progress. It is only week 2. It's going to be a while before I'm back to really pushing a lot of weight. But that's what this period is for, just re-strengthening, learning my limits, and then seeing what I can push myself to do. Moving on from the isolateral incline press, I went into the machine lateral raise, which went well, same way as the week before, 70 pounds, not a lot of complaints. Just gonna keep that one in there, get that shoulder movement in there. Moving on from that, went back into rowing. Best rowing session I've had so far. I went farther, did harder, burned more calories. It was a good row workout. 48 hours after my push day workout, I was back in the gym for legs. Starting out leg day, I did the wide stance leg press machine. Started with warm-ups, moved directly from warm-ups into the just pushing the wide stance leg press machine. I think I did pretty good. I upped it to 300 pounds and it seemed strong, and just like I really pushed myself this time. I didn't push myself as hard as I did before with the 405 and hurt myself, but 12 reps of 300 is still gonna be an intense workout even on a leg press machine. After the wide stance leg press, I moved into the calf press on the leg press machine. Same as before, didn't really need to do it, but I figured it'd be a good rest period between the wide stance leg press and the narrow stance leg press that I did afterwards. Narrow stance, not my favorite. Definitely feel where it's working, but also definitely feel some things getting compressed that don't generally like to be compressed. The guys will get that. So narrow stance, not my favorite, might not keep that one for long. Moving on from that, we're into the seated leg curl. That's just another good exercise for those hamstrings, which I'm telling you, I want to get back in there doing the deadlift, and I'm going for that 405 someday. I'm not giving up until I reach that. That is my goal long term. We're not doing this next week or anything, but long term, I'm getting that 405 on there. Moving on from the seated leg curl, I did the isolateral leg extension machine again. Really focused on that decentric, the lowering portion of the workout, just because I had noticed that my right leg was better able to control the weight on the downward than my left leg. So I'm trying to get that proportionate, kicking the legs out, not kicking, but pushing the legs out. They seem to be proportionate. It's the decentric, the slow lowering of the weight, where my left leg seems to give out before my right leg, but it's better than it was last week, so I must be doing something right in training the isolateral movement. Moving on from that, I went back into rows, and I think that it was a solid row workout. Not as good as the previous workout session, but it was a good one. Well, thank you for watching, and make sure you come back next week for my week 3 back in the gym. I'm planning on changing some things up next week, really tuning in what I'm doing, trying to get myself pushing in more ways and compensating for the imbalances more. So make sure you come back next week. If I helped you, Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and let me know if I'm helping you on your journey or if you can help me. Because remember, I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy who likes to lift weights and trying to get back to doing it at full capacity. Thanks for watching. Bye.